Hello, I'm Alex Moss, and I'm here with,
Joe Castiglia.
and we're talking about the struggle of going to MSU with ADHD. Now, ADHD is something I've struggled with personally in my life at MSU. So how has it affected your studies?
So many of the usual things that people come to expect when they hear about ADHD, trouble paying attention in the classroom. I have to take detailed notes so that I can remember the material when I go back home. I would say some other things that people don't really attribute to ADHD is sometimes you'll miss due dates. That's due to having like less of a working memory, as a lot of people with ADHD do have. So missing due dates, showing up to class late, those are things that are a struggle.
Of course. And have you reached out to the university for any assistance?
Yeah, so if you have ADHD, I highly recommend people sign up for RCPD.
And what does that do?
So RCPD stands for Resources with Persons for Disabilities, so they will give different accommodations letting the professors know that you have a disorder and that certain steps can be taken to mitigate the issues that are brought about by it.
And how would you say that's helped you or not helped you at MSU?
Well, I mean, it does help, but I would say one issue is with ADHD, it's not like other disorders. Like if you have, like let's say you're blind or you have an injury to your leg or you're in a wheelchair, it's one that really is quite invisible to the naked eye. Like you can appear as completely normal, and actually a common thing you'll hear people say is they'll say, well, aren't we all a little bit ADHD? You know, I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yes, of course. Do you find that phrase harmful?
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't say harmful, but it's a bit of an issue because ADHD at its core is a dopamine disorder. It's an issue with the neurotransmitter dopamine, and this can result in severe chemical imbalances and severe depression that's almost inescapable. And normal depression medication won't treat someone with ADHD the same way that it would someone who's neurotypical. So there's all different issues that can be brought about by it that people overlook. And I wanted to give an example about, for example, if someone is procrastinating. A neurotypical person might procrastinate because they're like, oh, I really don't want to do this right now, I'd rather play video games. But someone with ADHD, it looks like they're at their computer for 5 or 6 hours in tears because they can't just force themselves to do it.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you for your very candid interview. We really appreciate it. Alex Moss, signing off.